Hello and welcome back to another coffee tasting video. Before we get started, if it's your first time here or you're new, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. For those of you that are around every week, make sure that you like, comment, share these videos out. I commented last week that the previous 2 weeks have been incredible for subscribers. You guys stepped up your game. It was even more than the previous 2 weeks. Last week was nuts. It was just email after email after email after email after email of subscribers. I can't thank you enough. It means the world that you guys are sharing this stuff out. Word is getting out. The channel is growing. And I have all of you to thank. So a heartfelt thank you. The contest last week. I always think that like everybody watches everything, and I forget that some people don't watch some videos, and so when I gave you the contest, I had laid out the contest in the previous video, and I forgot to re-mention that what you're looking for is not things that I would touch. It's not going to be like a coffee cup that I grabbed and set down, or it wouldn't be, you know, syrup pumps, or, you know, I had 3 coffee cups and now there's 2 coffee cups, or that kind of stuff. It's not going to be things that I handle. It'll be something in the background that has no rhyme or reason as to why it changed. It just changed. That's the contest. The first one to correctly identify it. It's as simple as that. You're the winner. Done deal. You get your choice of coffee. We ship it out. A little bit of housekeeping. Cafe de Cuba has made a return for this year again. I contacted Nespresso, asked them if the formulation had changed in any way. Is there a little bit of a different base blend? Did they roast anything different? Is there anything different? They indicated that there's not. So for those reasons, I'm not going to revisit it. We can go still with the my opinion of it from last year, which was not favorable, but you know, so be it. Now, jumping back a couple of weeks, I asked you guys to kind of name yourselves. What do you want to be called? What should the family be called? You guys, my extended family. I wrote down all of the comments. So we got a simple one like coffee lovers. Another one is NES coffee fanatics. Another one, coffee potters. Nespresso potters. Pod lovers. And pod heads. They're all great in their own way. I would like you guys to kind of vote. If you drop your favorite, it's coffee lovers, NES coffee fanatics, coffee potters, Nespresso potters, pod lovers, pod heads. Drop your own comment down below which one you'd like to vote for, or if you have another suggestion and people upvote that one, we can run with that one too. That's the names that we got. So let's throw it out to you guys. What would you guys like to be called? So that's what we're going to leave that. Oh, moving on. This week, something totally different. I contacted Nespresso again. It was a few different conversations I had with them. Evidently, I did stumble onto the brand new boxing style. They used to have the old sizes, just like Nespresso did, with the longer sleeves. They've gone to the square box. So this is the newest one. It is Starbucks by Nespresso. So I asked them some very specific questions as to what that actually means. They told me that it's packaged and, how do you call it? Podded? I don't know what you... Anyways, they make the pods, they put the coffee in the pods, and they take care of the packaging. That's what they said. So it's a joint or a collaborative effort between Nespresso and Starbucks. Starbucks supplies the coffee. Nespresso does everything else, the boxing and the actual making of the pods. So let's take a look. We have to actually go to Starbucks website this time to take a look at what we have. We're going to be doing Starbucks Espresso Roast. So this one can be done as a Ristretto. It can be done as an espresso. It has a dark roast, so it's got an intensity, they say between 10, 12. It's actually listed as 11 for intensity. Now I'm starting to think, you know, that, what is it, Kazar? Something up in that range. Here's what they say. Here's their description of every espresso beverage we handcraft for you started right here. The quest began in 1975 with a search for the perfect melding of beans and roast, ending months of intense experimentation later with the coffee you're holding in your hand. A recipe for caramely sweetness so right it's never been changed. So evidently this was one that they formulated right from the start. It's a multi-region coffee. They say Asia Pacific and Latin America for the origins. Well, let's take a look at these pods. Box did not quite, oh, I think it's supposed, wait, how does this box open? It looks like it should tear, oh. Sorry, box opening fail. Huh. Espresso roast. So it's actually interesting. So, little different. There's your pod. It's kind of a, I don't know, almost a gray blue, kind of a dark gray. Has a little hint of blue in it. On the foil, where we normally see a name, it just says Starbucks. But on the back, which I kind of like this, on the back is the name. So when they're sitting in their holder, you can actually read it. You don't need to pick it up and look at it. That's kind of actually a good idea. They don't list off the pods individually for price as Nespresso does, but you get this box. It's a box of 10. I purchased mine at Target. They were $8.99. That was, oh, yeah, I guess I should say the reason I'm doing these is not just to do Starbucks, but this was viewer requested. They wanted to see some stuff from Starbucks. Told me it was at Target. Sure enough, it was. So I picked up 2 boxes. That's all they had. 2 different ones, but I'm going to see if I can get my hands on the rest of them. They have quite a few. They have a lot. So we got a lot of different coffees that we're going to be able to do that are Starbucks by Nespresso. Caramely sweetness, intensity 11. Let's go brew a shot. Espresso roast by Starbucks. Let's get this going. I'm going to leave this on the espresso setting for the first time out. Again, just judging, looking at it, I wouldn't say it's as dark as 11, but ooh, it's got a, oh, it's got like a really sharp, wow, it's got a really sharp smell to it. Almost, it's pungent. It's pungent. Let's go over and give it a taste. Stirring in the crema with the obtusely large spoon. All right. Starbucks by Nespresso Espresso Roast. Holy cow. Intensity 11, yeah. Wow, that has a, wow, that is a different flavor. It's got a decent amount of bitter, but it's a bitter that oh, it's weird. It almost makes, it almost makes my, oh, that's weird. It almost makes my tongue tingle. Like on the tip, the bitter that's coming after it, it's got a little bit of a woody, earthy, not bad. Not bad. It's definitely, to me, this tastes like the straight shots you get from Starbucks. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's got a little bit of that woody, bitter, and I don't want to use it in a bad way, but it's the Starbucks burnt. If that makes sense. It's got that classic Starbucks burnt flavor that so much of their espresso has. Yeah, whatever the heck is, it literally makes the tip of my tongue tingle. I don't know what that is. Kind of a, yeah, woody, earthy, intensity 11. It's easily 11. It's right up there with any of the darkest of Nespresso's, actually branded Nespressos. So not Napoli, but the others. That is pretty good. I'm kind of, woo. That's very pungent the way it is. Kind of almost scares me, but we're gonna have to do it as a Ristretto and pull it that way because they say it's good for a 0.85 ounce pull. So, whew, let's do it again. Let's go brew another shot. Starbucks by Nespresso Espresso Roast in the Ristretto setting. Oh man, it's got that sharp, yeah, that sharp bite of a smell. Let's go back over. Let's give it a taste. Espresso Roast, Ristretto setting. Here we go. Interesting. It kind of has, remember the one when I was smelling it and it kind of was like almost vaporing my eyes and I was like blinking? It's a little bit of that going on. That's it throws me off a little. Let me get a little water. I'm going to rinse real quick. Let me try this one more time, but that is weird. I don't know what's happened, but this is not as strong or powerful as that original one was. Yeah, oh man, yeah, there's a huge difference. I kind of wonder if it's not giving it enough time to actually extract all of the flavor out of it. They say caramely sweetness. I'm tasting more of that, like that woody. I really didn't taste caramel at all. That caramelizing sweetness. No, I really don't taste any sweetness. This has more of the sweetness in it, but I'm wondering if this actually needs the time in the water to actually develop its flavor. Because this, normally when you go Ristretto, it gets more potent. This got less potent, and I'm not sure why. That's odd. That's a different outcome than I thought was going to happen. Now I'm kind of almost wondering, I'm going to do this one off camera real quick and come back. I'm going to pull this as a Lungo and see how it holds up against that other one. So I will be right back. Okay, so I had to, for those of you, no, it's not the pods that changed. That wasn't it. if there is something in this video. There may not be. I had to use an extra pod. My machine was actually set to the highest setting for Lungo, and so it filled up a coffee cup with basically with it, so I had to pull another pod and reduce it. So here we go. Lungo setting with the espresso roast. No, that just tastes like water. So that was not it. That's interesting though, but yeah, no. That one does not have the ability to go. I think its sweet spot is the espresso setting. Now, with that being said, on Starbucks website, I love this. They give you a recipe for this, and they tell you exactly what to do. So it's one Starbucks Espresso Roast. So what we're going to be doing for our final taste to see how this blends out, it's a caramel macchiato. One Starbucks Espresso Roast, 8 ounces of milk, 1 tablespoon of Starbucks naturally flavored vanilla. Don't have Starbucks naturally flavored vanilla, so we will substitute it for our vanilla. I'll have to measure out what a tablespoon is. I don't know that. And then they want you to add a caramel sauce. It looks like it's just on the top. We have caramel sauce. Let's go try this out. This will be officially round 4. Starbucks Espresso Roast, Caramel Macchiato. Let's go brew another shot. They say here, using Aracino frother, froth the milk on medium setting. Well, let's get that going then. So this is 8 ounces of milk. That's what they ask for. That is a lot of milk. That I have never, ever, I promise you, ever had that much milk in this frother. Whew. And then they want you to do it on medium froth setting. So we will get that one going. Then we need 1 tablespoon of vanilla syrup in the bottom of the mug. We got 1 tablespoon. So I honestly don't know how much that is. Kind of seems like it's 1 pump. You know what? If you have a regular pumper, it was 2 pumps. So we can just say 2 pumps, 1 tablespoon of that. We have to wait for this to finish because they want you to add the milk and the milk foam to this mug. Then we want to pour the shot. Actually, we'll do the shot into this nice little silver glass. We're going to go back to the espresso setting. We're going to get our shot ready. The milk is still going. We have our vanilla in there. Okay, this finished. We're going to add our milk and milk foam to the mug. Not much milk foam. Very, very, very little. Then they tell you to pour the shot through the milk and the milk foam. So let's do that. Try to give it a neat look if we can. Now let's give it what they kind of show, which is a little drizzle of caramel. Looks good. Let's go give it a taste. All right. Starbucks by Nespresso Espresso Roast, Caramel Macchiato. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Ooh, man. That's pretty good. I think for me personally, and for you guys to tweak this a little bit, I think they're trying to get a full cup. I understand why they went with the 8 ounces of milk. For myself, I think I want a little bit more of that coffee to come through. So either shoot 2 pods into it in the espresso setting, or back the milk off maybe 2-3 ounces, maybe back down to like 5 or 6 ounces, take a little less volume. But man, that's good. That is good. I just wish the coffee flavor came through just a little bit more. But overall, outstanding. Outstanding. That's oh, that's a winner. Yeah. Kind of makes me wonder if it would I'll be right back. We're filling the container with ice, 8 ounces of milk, and I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to switch up the recipe just a little bit. I'm going to put the 1 tablespoon of vanilla into the milk. You know how I love to do that. 1 shot, yeah, get that beginning. 1 shot of caramel. I'm going to cold froth the milk. Espresso shot from this. Give this a try. I don't know if this shows, but it literally circled the top of the lid. That is about the max that this thing can handle. So I'm going to add the milk in here. Oh, it is creamy. Uh-oh. It might be too much. Oh no. What am I going to do with my shot? Woo! That's about as full as it can get without actually running over. It is summer. Got to do the ice drinks. Unless you're my wife, then you drink the ice drinks even in the winter. You guys made her day when you said that my hair looked good. All right. Oop. Let's not put it there. Let's see what this tastes like. Let's see, here we go. That did not play out as good as I thought it would. It's pretty good. This one, the caramel syrup definitely has a different element to it than the caramel pump syrup. And that extra sweetness, I think. Let me just bump the caramel a little. Let me add 1 more shot of caramel. So if you were doing this, trying to match it, it's going to be 2 and 2. Yep. Okay. Oh yeah, and the aftertaste. Yeah, that little bit of bitter, little bit of sweet coming through. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is good. Okay. 8 ounces of milk, 2 pumps of vanilla, 2 pumps of caramel, and then your espresso setting on your shot with the Starbucks espresso. $8.99 is what these were at Target. So they're pricing them at about 89 cents a pod. Not overly expensive, not overly cheap. I think this is one I'm gonna say, give it a shot. Especially if you like that, and I don't want this to come off as a negative, but especially if you like that burnt taste that Starbucks has. That classic, whatever that burn taste is that they always have in their coffee, I think you're really gonna love this. So, yeah, oh, that's good. Both of these, exceptional. Espresso shot, yes. Lungo, no. The Ristretto, I don't know what changed. It wasn't bad. It just lost, like it just never developed. It never developed into a good shot. So that's kind of, I guess, where we'll leave this. Excellent. Kind of fun to venture out into something different. I thank you guys for your time. That'll bring us to a close of another video. For those of you that haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. For those of you that have, I thank you. Thank you for sharing those out. If you want, go ahead and head on over to Patreon. That's patreon.com/IPON70. You can help support the channel that way, as some other of my Patreons have. And I thank each and every one of you. I know it sounds cliche because everybody says thank you, but I truly, honestly, really mean it. Thank you for your ongoing monthly support. It's humbling. It really is. It really is humbling. So thank you. Share out the videos like you have been. It's been going gangbusters. We will come back next week again with another Starbucks video, unless something changes or something strikes my fancy and we head a different direction. But we're going to come back again with another Starbucks video. Until then, thank you again for your time. Have a great rest of your day.